three domains of learning, and it includes the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. Cognitive domain refers to the intellectual skills, cognitive strategy, and verbal information. Affective domain refers to affective skills and disposition for appropriate emotions and responses. Psychomotor domain refers to physical actions, reflexes, interpretative movements, and hand-eye coordination. This module will help you explore the key concepts and understand the general key concepts and answer the questions pertaining to the three domains of learning. The topics have 5 major sections, namely engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. Each section represents the different phases of learning process.
Hello Philippines! Hello world! We are here live at Pinoy Big Brother's house. In a moment, together with my partner Ms. Janicel Matugas, we're going to witness and hear the 5E'S model presenting our topic, the three domains of learning.
But before that, allow me to introduce first the objectives of our topic, wherein students will be able to first, identify the three domains of learning, cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. Second, recognize the importance of each categories for the three domains of learning. Third, construct ideas applying the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor through watching video clip of the ant and grasshopper.
There are many categories of learning, each of which fall under three major domains: cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. Each type of learning outcome requires a different type of instruction. The cognitive ability to recall the word for hello in Arabic, the affective social skills that make us good listeners, and the acquisition of motor skills needed to ride a bicycle all require different approaches to instruction. These are the preliminary questions for this module. Number 1. What are the three domains of learning? Number 2. How each type of learning outcome helps the development of child's learning.
And now it's time to find out the 5E's model. Wherein the first 5E's model is the engage. In this part, we'll be providing an activity for the students entitled Unlocking the Treasure Box. So in this activity, the class will be divided into 3 groups. So each group will be given a treasure box, and the task of each group is to unlock the treasure box. And in order for them to unlock it, they will be given a hint or a description each box. Each description or the clue of each box will help them to complete the missing letters of the password of the treasure box. So that will be going to happen in the engage part. So the next 5E's model is the explore. In this part, we're going to present another activity for the students. So this activity is entitled Building the Cups. The first member of the group will put the cup on the table one at a time, and then the student will go back to the line again, and this time she will connect to the last member of the group who did not perform yet. The cycle will go on until all cups were consumed and the cup pyramid has been formed. Each group will be given 5 minutes to do the activity. The group who will violate the game will be evicted. So that is the engage and explore of our 5E's model for the three domains of learning. And now we'll be moving forward to the next 5E's model, and that will be going to present with my partner, Ms. Janicel Matugas.
So in the explain part of the 5E model, this is where we put our explanation or discussion of our main topic. So our main topic is about the three domains of learning. But before we formally introduce our topic to our learners, we are giving them some process questions so that it will not be very spoon-feeding. So my first processing question would be, what in our first activity, what part of your body did you use in order to unlock the password of the treasure box? So the learner may answer, we use our brain teacher Okay, so the teacher will also say, okay, you use your brain, or you're thinking of something, or you try to remember some information that will answer the question that is given in order to unlock the password in the treasure box. So, who of you here knows a word that refers to thinking? So, the learner may answer, or they will arrive, they are expected to answer at the answer cognitive. Okay, so this is because this question is intended to unleash the first domain, which is the cognitive domain. So our second processing question is, when you successfully unlock the treasure box, what are the treasures inside the box? Okay, so the learner will answer, we found the styro cups, teacher. Okay, so you found the styro cups. Very good. Now, what did you do with the styro cups? Okay, so they will say, we build the styro cups, teacher, into a pyramid. Okay, so you are building pyramid out of from the styro cups. Now, what happened to your body when you build the styro cups? What have you observed during the activity? What happened to your body? So, some of the learners may answer, our body moved, teacher, or we run, teacher. So, the teacher will say, okay, so you are doing motor activities. Now, who of you here knows a word that refer to motor activities? Okay, so this questions, or this number 2 processing question, this is intended to unleash the psychomotor domain. So my third processing question is, since building styro cups into a pyramid is a competition game, what is your technique in winning the game? So the learner may answer, we use collaboration, teacher, or we are helping each other, teacher. Okay, so I will say, very good. You use collaboration, or in short, you are using a collaboration or helping each other is an attitude. Now, someone can tell me a word that refers to emotions and attitudes. So this question is intended to unleash the third domain, which is the affective domain. Alright, class, so now we already have 3 words. Our first word is cognitive, our second word is psychomotor, and our third word is affective. And this 3-word class are the 3 domains of learning, and that would be our topic for today. So at this time, the teacher already in with the topic, and what he or she is going to do is to expand the topic more. So I am the teacher. I will expand more what is cognitive and the categories under cognitive domain, what is psychomotor and the categories under psychomotor domain, and what is affective and what are the categories under affective domain. So at the end of the discussion, the learner is expected, or the learners are expected to identify the 3 domains of learning, which is the cognitive, the psychomotor, and the affective. And they are also able to identify the different categories under each domains of learning, because cognitive, it has its own categories. Psychomotor, nasa siya iyang categories, and also the affective. Then they will also able to understand why this 3 cognitive of learning is very important in learning. So now we're done with the explanation part. Now let's proceed to the elaboration part of the 5E model. So in this, in elaboration, we create an activity that will assist the understanding of the students' knowledge they have attained from the discussion that we have made in the explanation part. So in this activity, the teacher will select 3 students that will serve as a pole. So the first student, or the first pole, will hold the banner of the cognitive domain. The second student will hold the banner of the psychomotor domain. And the third student will hold the banner of the affective domain. So here are the mechanics of the game. The teacher will read a description of one of the category of the domains of learning. Example, the teacher will say it is to recall an information. So The answer is knowledge. And knowledge belongs to cognitive learning. Knowledge is a category of cognitive learning. Therefore, the students will fall in line with the cognitive pole, or to those students who hold the banner of the cognitive pole. So those students who will stand at the wrong pole will be eliminated of the game. Alright, so now let's proceed to the last part of the 5E model, which is the evaluation part. So in evaluation, we create an activity wherein the 3 domains of learning has been applicable to the learner. So here are our activities. We will let our students watch a very short video clip about the story of the ant and the grasshopper. So what they're going to do is they are going to observe carefully and understand the flow of the story, because after watching the video they're going to select a pair, and they will share what they have learned from the story and what is the flow of the story. So they are going to narrate from the beginning of the story until the last. They're going to narrate that summary in a summary form, and they will also include what are the moral value they have learned from the story. So after collaborating their ideas by pair, they're going to share it to the class. So after sharing to the class, if all the pairs already present their ideas, together with the teacher, they are going to determine which part of the activity is the cognitive domain, which part of the activity is affective domain, and which part of the activity is the psychomotor domain. So that's all.
So thank you, Ms. Genesel, for sharing the content of the remaining 5S model, which is explain, elaborate, and evaluate. Thank you, viewers, for listening and watching here live at Pinoy Big Brother's house, presenting our topic, the 3 domains of learning. Together with my partner, Ms. Genesel Matsugas, see you in the next edition of Pinoy Big Brother's house.